My main message today is that we hope that we now have a mechanism, a portal, if you will, whereby you here today or community members in Northamptonshire can actually submit low carbon project proposals. And that's as part of a project that we're running at the moment called North Northamptonshire to Net Zero, and the website can be found at nn2nz.co.uk. So that's the primary message from today. We were started in 2012 as in collaboration with Corby Borough Council as it was then. So we're very much a combination of a public and private enterprise whereby we're looking to promote sustainability and economic growth throughout Corby, Northamptonshire, and now beyond, as we're termed, electric places. We work on a whole range of government and EU-funded projects. These are R&D projects taking place predominantly across Europe, and we use Corby and other locations in Northamptonshire as pilot locations. Examples of projects include digital cloud opting projects, the building of zero energy bill homes, so that's the retrospective redesign of homes to make them energy efficient. We've also actually redesigned homes from the ground up, so not actually building out of bricks and mortar, but building out of structurally insulated panels. We've built a community of 47 new homes again in Corby there, and also looking at new forms of renewable generation technologies that are ideal for urban and semi-urban locations. So just looking at the general makeup of CO2 emissions and greenhouse gas emissions, we can see from this plot here that some major contributors, as we've heard about today, are transportation, energy supply, and also energy consumption in buildings, whether that's from businesses and residential. And due to the 75% split of that pie chart, we concentrate very much on those splits. So we look at transport, buildings, and energy systems, and the carbon and greenhouse gas emissions that are associated with all of those, and trying to minimize that and make them most efficient. One case in point is our Flex Unity EU project that's been ongoing for 2 years. We're coming up to the end of that. We've created a community of connected homes and businesses across Corby, so that's 30 homes and 4 businesses where we've installed connectivity, so energy monitoring and control devices. We've also installed next generation vehicle chargers that not only charge electric vehicles but also discharge back to the grid, so we can balance the grid and minimize building consumption, and also battery storage as well. And we're looking at this from a community angle to best manage energy usage and to maximize renewable generation and to minimize CO2 emissions. And we also have a sister site here across Iberia where we're doing the same thing, and we're comparing our results across those. Another example of a project is Fleet EV, where we're looking at optimizing the use of renewable generation for electric vehicle fleets. We've done some work with Corby Borough Council, as it was prior to the formation of the Unitary Authority, and we've been working with some private partners and academia to develop algorithms that optimize the use of renewable generation to meet the needs of the electric vehicle fleets. Where we've actually built 47 homes in Priors Hall Park in Corby, and work with private partners to help deliver those. These are homes that have solar PV, have solar panels on the roof, and which allows for electricity generation, but also heat generation as well. We have ground source heat pumps and novel forms of ground source heat banks, so we can store heat energy in the ground beneath the homes and then re-extract that again to help heat the homes when it's needed. We have battery chargers throughout the homes, and as I've said, the mechanisms for actually building those homes is very efficient, as it's not using leaky bricks and mortar design. And we're also aware of other projects and energy parks and resource reallocation parks throughout Northamptonshire. Perhaps the one closest to home here is Chelveston Renewable Energy Park, which is a fantastic installation, a huge and growing solar PV generation farm, also wind farm, battery storage, looking at hydrogen generation, and also a number of recycling and repurposing installations, facilities there as well. So if we move on to the next slide, an example of this is Innovate Recycle, which is reusing carpets, waste carpets, and recycling them, repurposing them for other uses, so such as car interiors, as inputs for 3D printing, inputs for injection molding and things like that. So this is an example on our doorstep, again, something that's really proactive and of carbon saving. So summing this up now, we're getting back to the Northamptonshire to Net Zero project that I really want to emphasise, and it's what we're talking about here. Again, this is a project that we have government funding from. We are looking to reach out to the community, pull back all of the carbon saving project ideas that we can. So I've loved hearing about the projects about B Squared, about recycle shops, about PV on council buildings. Please feel free to go through to our website and suggest those. I'll be suggesting those back to my team when I get back today as well. As I said, we're government funding. We're working in partnership with Northamptonshire Council on this. Our aim is to generate a strategic portfolio of projects that we run through a feasibility check to check that we can actually do it, to check that it will actually deliver net zero outcomes for Northamptonshire by 2030. And then to go and work with Northamptonshire Council to secure more government funding to make them happen. So this is really something that we're proactively trying to push forward. What if every south-facing roof had solar panels? What if every car park had solar parking canopies? What if everybody turned vegetarian, everybody turned vegan? These aren't things that we'd be looking to mandate, but these are things that we could look to explore. And maybe not 100% of people would turn vegan, but perhaps 100% of people would turn 10% vegan. What would the impact of that be? How would we do that? And what we can do is work with academia, work with private partners to try and understand the feasibility of that, to try and write a bid proposal, and to try and make these things happen in a way that is palatable for the community, something that the community want to do, and is something that can be achievable and actually have impact by 2030.